If you already work with your hands, if you're a carpenter, a builder, or maybe just a really serious DIYer, then this explainer is for you. We're going to talk about how to take those skills you already have and turn them into a seriously high-income career by mastering standing seam roofing. It's a craft that's respected, always in demand, and believe me, incredibly rewarding. So, let's dive in. And this quote, it really says it all, doesn't it? This isn't some magic talent you're born with. Mastery is something you earn. It's a path you walk, not a gift you're given. And today, we're basically laying out the entire map for that journey.
So what does it mean to be a falls master, a seam master? Look, this isn't just another guy on a roof. This is a highly specialized, respected professional, the kind of person who stays busy and earns well, even when the economy gets a little shaky. It's a chance to really level up your income.
And here's the heart of it. Your skill, your hands-on ability, translates directly into cash. We're not talking about slapping on some shingles here. A beautifully crafted copper or zinc roof, that's a piece of art. It's a luxury architectural statement, and it commands a serious price tag. And the master who builds it? Well, they get the rewards. But to really get why this is so valuable, you've got to understand this isn't some new trend. This is a timeless craft, an art form that has literally been around for centuries. I mean, just look at this. The technique was so perfected right from the start that parts of a cathedral roof from the year 1280 are still here. That's almost 800 years ago. Then you have the Baroque era, which took that perfect technique and just went wild with it, creating these incredible designs. And today, it is still the absolute gold standard for high-end, modern architecture. A big part of that prestige comes from the materials you get to work with. Seam masters aren't messing around with cheap stuff. They're shaping these beautiful architectural-grade copper alloys. Materials like teku gold, bronze, patina. These are designed to be a living part of the building, aging and developing this gorgeous character over decades. So what exactly is a falls? It's the German word for the seam, and it's a brilliant bit of engineering. You're taking individual metal sheets, the shad, and you're joining them just by folding and locking their edges together. Think about that. No nails, no screws, no holes poked in the metal. What you get is a joint that's incredibly strong, totally watertight, and it can still flex and breathe as the temperature changes. All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now it's time to get our hands dirty with the how. This next part will give you a little peek into the actual techniques you'd be mastering. One of the first things a master learns is that one size does not fit all. The choice between a simple seam or a double seam. It all comes down to one critical thing, the slope of the roof. If it's steep, a simple seam is fine. But on a flatter roof where water might hang around, you need the extra protection of a double seam. It's that kind of knowledge that really separates the pros from the amateurs. So let's just walk through a basic technique, the simple transverse seam. It looks pretty complex, but it's really a logical process. Step 1, it's all about preparation. You use a template to make these super precise corner cutouts. Everything has to start perfectly. Step 2, you make the folds. And notice the detail here. The top sheet folds back, the bottom sheet folds forward. This is what creates the little hook and catch that are going to form that perfect seam. Third, you hook them together. And see that little 10mm gap? That is so important. It gives the metal room to expand and contract with the heat. Then you stand the whole seam up, getting it ready for the final step. And finally, you lock it all down. With your tools, you fold that seam over on itself, and bam! You've created this incredibly strong, flexible, and completely weatherproof joint. That, right there, is the magic of the craft. Now, seeing all those steps might feel a bit overwhelming, but here's the great news. You don't have to apprentice for 10 years in Germany to learn this. The path to mastering this ancient craft is completely modern and accessible. So, how do you do it? This is how. The Fall Start Intensive is a full-on toolkit to get you from zero to hero. It's a 20-day online course that you do on a universal roofing simulator, so you get to practice every single day without wasting a single scrap of expensive metal. You get a custom laser-cut template for one-to-one accuracy, a full translation of the legendary German handbook, and, this is key, you get live feedback from an expert mentor. You're not doing this alone. So who is this really for? Well, if you're a carpenter, this is a high-profit service you can add to your offerings. For builders, it makes you that go-to specialist that everyone needs. If you've got a dacha or a country house, you could save an absolute fortune by doing your own roof and doing it right. And hey, even if you're a total novice, this is a direct path to a new, profitable career. Okay, let's talk about the bottom line. Let's talk money. How quickly can you turn this brand new skill into actual income? We've talked about the craft, now let's talk about the cash. The investment for this whole 20-day intensive program is 35,000 rubles. But I want you to think of that as exactly what it is, an investment. This isn't just a cost, it's an investment in a skill that can pay you back for the rest of your life. And how fast can you make that investment back? Well, you don't have to land a huge roofing project to start earning. Just look at this. One pretty common, small-scale job doing 100 meters of parapet capping can bring in 50,000 rubles. Boom! You've already paid for your training and you're in profit. Repairing an awning, making a chimney cap, these are the simple jobs you can start doing right away to turn that new skill into immediate cash. So the path is laid out. The opportunity is real. The craft has an incredible history, the skills are totally learnable, and the payoff can be immediate. The only question left is the big one. Are you ready to become a master?